It's here! Riftbound, the League of Legends card game, has hit the TCG industry like nothing else before it, and it's making waves across the tables at LGSs around the world. With its debut in October of 2025 now behind us, we have a ton of people learning how to play this amazing new game. I'm Nick with TCG HQ, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to play Riftbound for absolute beginners. Riftbound is a 2 to 4 player trading card game based around the heroes and champions of the League of Legends universe. In this video, we'll go over everything you need to know about how to play the game in a 1v1 setting, although you are also able to take much of what we talk about here and apply it to free-for-all rules as well as 2v2 with just minor changes. The goal of Riftbound is to conquer and hold battlefields for a total of 8 points. I'll explain exactly what that means in a bit. In order to play Riftbound, you'll need 2 decks, one 40-card main deck and a 12-card rune deck. The cards in both your main deck and your rune deck will have domains, which are the colors of cards you can play in your deck. Your deck will always be 2 domain colors, as determined by your leader or legend champion. Let's go over those now. There are 6 domains in Riftbound. Fury, the domain of aggression and damage with red as its color. Calm, the domain of reactions and tricks with green as its color. Mind, the domain of control and planning with blue as its color. Body, the domain of ramping and buffs with orange as its color. Chaos, the domain of discard and disorder with purple as its color. And Order, the domain of going wide and removal with yellow as its color. How do you determine which 2 domains your deck falls into? Well, alongside your 2 decks, you'll need a champion legend, which will function as a leader for your deck. This champion legend is always an iconic character from the League of Legends universe, and it will have a static place in your play space in the legend zone at the start of the game. Let's take a look at one of the champion legends included in the Riftbound demo decks, Jinx Loose Cannon. If we take a look at the top left of this card, we can see that Jinx allows us to play cards in the Fury and the Chaos domains, or red and purple. Because of this, in our main deck, we will only have cards of these 2 domains, and then in our rune deck, we will only have runes of those 2 colors. You'll go ahead and grab the 12 rune cards that were provided with your starter deck or demo deck, give them a quick shuffle, and then place them in your rune deck zone, like so. Finally, after that, you'll need to bring 3 battlefield cards, a unique type of card to Riftbound that we'll explain in a bit. Your starter deck or demo deck will also have provided these, so just use those ones that were provided for now. We'll be playing with Jinx Loose Cannon. She has an ability that lets us draw 2 at the start of a turn instead of 1 if we only have 1 card in our hand at that time, which is really cool and powerful, but we'll go over exactly what that means in a little bit. For now, we'll go ahead and put her in the top right of our play space where our champion legend goes. You can find Jinx's starter deck on shelves now, but we'll be using these demo decks that were provided to LGSs in advance of the game's launch. As you can see, this is how you're going to set up the board in Riftbound. You're going to set your champion legend to the side where it's readily accessible but not in the way of the rest of your game pieces. This is where the card's going to stay throughout the course of the game in the legend zone. All champion legends in Riftbound also give you access to an additional card that you can play once throughout the game. This is any card in your deck that has the champion unit tag as seen here. Let's go ahead and find that one. We have another Jinx that has the champion unit tag here. This is going to be Jinx Demolitionist. There are a lot of qualifiers that you need to have, including it saying champion unit, as well as having the same tag as your leader immediately next to the champion unit, because we see that it says champion unit and Jinx, therefore we can have it in this spot. But the reason it's really exciting is you're able to pull one of these cards from your deck at the beginning of your game, and you'll have access to it at any time as though it was a card in your hand. You can play it from that zone once per game. The zone it resides in is called the Champion Zone, and you're able to play it one time from this zone, and after that, it acts as any other game piece that you would pull from your main deck. This card will be referred to as the Chosen Champion from here on out. All right, now that we have all that established, let's go ahead and go over setting up everything else. Go ahead and give your main deck a shuffle if you haven't already, as well as your rune deck. Place your main deck close to you where you can draw from it and access it at any time. Then go ahead and place your rune deck opposite of it in your play space in this area called the rune deck zone. so that you have room to play your runes in the rune area, an area immediately to the right of your rune deck. As you can see, your rune deck is here, and this is where you'll be playing your runes, which will act as your resources in the game. You and your opponent will now take the 3 battlefield cards that you brought with you and randomly place one of them in the center of the board, called the battlefield zone. For the sake of this demo, we will go ahead and just place 2 of our own there. Normally, however, you and your opponent both provide 1 of each of these cards. The area immediately below the battlefield zone is referred to as the base, and that's where you'll play most of your cards throughout the game. Now we determine who goes first randomly. Once we do that, the first turn player will place 2 runes face up in their rune area, like so. We have 1 Fury rune and 1 Chaos rune. On the second turn, the second player will place 3 runes to make up for going second, but after that only 2 runes will be added to that turn player's rune area at the start of each turn. Each player will now draw 4 cards from their main deck. This will be your opening hand to play with. 1, 2, 3, and 4. From here, both players may recycle 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of their deck and draw 2 cards to replace them. This is Riftbound's version of a mulligan. Let's go over each part of a player's turn in Riftbound before we get started playing cards. A turn starts with the Awaken phase, which is when the turn player turns upright or readies all of their game pieces. The beginning phase happens next, which has 2 different steps. The beginning step, when effects that activate during the beginning phase occur, and the scoring step, where you gain points if you're holding battlefields. More on this in a moment. Next up is the channel phase, which is what we just saw. That's when a turn player channels 2 runes from their rune deck. As a reminder, the person going second will channel 3 runes, putting them upright into their rune area, only on their first turn of the game. After that, it's always 2. Then we have the draw phase, where the turn player draws 1 card. After all that, we get to the action phase, which is where the majority of the gameplay of Riftbound occurs. This is when you play cards, enter showdowns, and conquer battlefields. The only phase after this is the end of turn phase, which is where damage falls off units and the turn passes to the next player, but let's stay in the action phase for now so I can show off what Riftbound is all about. Before we do that though, let's go over the different types of cards in Riftbound. There are 3 main card types you'll find in your main deck. Units, the permanent cards you'll play and use to conquer and hold battlefields. Spells, one-time effect cards that you can use to interact with your opponent during showdowns. And gear, powerful objects and artifacts that have permanent abilities like units but cannot conquer battlefields. We have 2 runes that we can play with, 1 Fury rune and 1 Chaos rune. We drew the following cards into our hand: Brazen Buccaneer, Seal of Discord, Legion Rearguard, Chemtech Enforcer, and the card we just drew for turn, Undercover Agent. When looking at a card in Riftbound, the white and black circle in the top left determines the cost. This is how many runes you have to pay by turning them sideways in order to play the card. You do this by taking them, exhausting them as such, signifying that the resources have been spent, and then playing the card. We see that the Chemtech Enforcer in our hand has a cost of 2. That means we'll turn these 2 runes to the side, as we already have, to signify that we've spent those resources to play this card. Chemtech Enforcer will come into play sideways or exhausted. When you play a unit in Riftbound, it always comes into play exhausted unless otherwise specified by a card ability. The Chemtech Enforcer makes us discard 1 card from our hand when we play him, as we can see in his ability text here. When you play me, discard 1. Therefore, we'll go ahead and discard. We'll discard our Brazen Buccaneer to the trash. The trash will always be immediately below your deck. Now, let's take a look at our hand and see if there's anything else we can play. We have the Seal of Discord, a 0-cost gear card. We can theoretically play this right now, but you may be wondering what this purple symbol underneath the 0-cost means. This is an added cost when you play a card in Riftbound. That purple symbol means that we have to recycle 1 of our runes that we currently have in play to the bottom of our rune deck in order to play it. A neat tip when you do that is that this symbol can be fulfilled by any rune, even exhausted ones. So if you see this symbol on a card that costs at least 1 rune, you can use the rune you just exhausted to recycle and fulfill this extra condition. The Seal of Discord, when it's played, actually lets us bypass that additional restriction, as you can see on its symbol here. Anytime we see this purple symbol underneath a cost, after we play the seal, we will no longer have to recycle our runes because this can exhaust itself to fulfill that extra condition when playing a card. So we'll go ahead and play the Seal of Discord into our base as a piece of gear, and we will recycle our purple Chaos rune to the bottom of our rune deck in order to be able to play it. Now, whenever we play a card that has another one of those purple recycle symbols, we can instead just tap the Seal of Discord like so and keep however many runes we have. Do note that whenever you see the term recycle on a card, it refers to the process we just did. If it's referring to cycle cards that are in the trash or cards that are on the board, that means that it goes to the bottom of your main deck. However, if it ever refers to recycling a rune, it goes to the bottom of the rune deck. We've done a lot on this turn, and we're out of resources, so we'll then pass our turn. Our opponent is going second, which means they'd channel 3 runes at this time on this turn and only this turn, and draw 1, taking a similar turn to us. When play passes back to us, we'll ready our units and our runes. As such, channel 2 runes from our rune deck. Looks like we're going to get a Chaos and another Chaos, so we've got 1 Fury and 2 Chaos to work with on this turn. And then proceed into the action phase after we draw our card for turn. Let's see what we drew. We drew a card called Traveling Merchant. He's a decent 2-cost card. Before we play him though, we're actually going to go ahead and show you guys what it means to conquer a battlefield. We're going to go ahead and move the Chemtech Enforcer we played last turn, now that it's ready, to our Reaver's Row battlefield that we currently have in play. Whenever you do that, that's called a move. All units in Riftbound, once they're ready, may use a standard move action one time by exhausting itself to move to a battlefield. That's what we decided to do with the Chemtech Enforcer in a way to try to capture this battlefield or conquer it. Let's go ahead and go over that now. The goal of Riftbound and the win condition in the game is to get to 8 points. In your starter deck or demo deck product that you have, you'll get a handy tracker on your play space that you're provided that will take you from 0 to 8 points. Currently we have 0. However, when we move the Chemtech Enforcer to this open battlefield and we see that our opponent does not already have a unit there, we will immediately conquer it because we're the only player with units there, and therefore we will shift this up by 1. We now have 1 point and we're on the way to victory. As a reminder, whenever you move something to a battlefield, it does exhaust it, and in the instance that there is another enemy unit there, we'll enter into a showdown because that battlefield is contested. We'll get to that in just a minute. You may be wondering how you get points in Riftbound. Well, you do it by conquering a battlefield like that, or by holding it through to your next turn, which at the beginning of that turn you would then get another point, taking you to 2 or 3, and so on and so forth. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of what showdowns look like between each player's units and holding, let's play the card that we drew for turn, the Traveling Merchant. We'll go ahead and take a look at the card, see that it costs 2 in the top left here, pay our 2 runes here, and play the Traveling Merchant. One of the cool things about Riftbound is that if you are currently in control of a battlefield, you can play a unit directly to that battlefield to strengthen your grip on it. Note, that unit does come into play exhausted even still. This means we currently have 2 units to defend our battlefield. Now that we've gone over a couple of different things that happen on each turn in Riftbound, let's go over showdowns that happen when an opponent's units try to contest our own. Let's say our opponent on their next turn has 2 Legion Rearguard cards, as you can see here, and they chose to move them both to our Reaver's Row battlefield that we are currently in control of. Those Rearguard units both have 2 Might printed on them each in the top right of their cards. When an opponent moves their units here, the battlefield is now considered contested and a showdown begins. At this point, this is where we get into the complexity and skill expression of Riftbound. Combat has a lot of different interaction points, but to summarize it for you, let's go ahead and compare the units. Our opponent is considered the attacker for this showdown, and we are considered the defender. Our units each have 2 Might. Therefore, because they match those numbers, we both have 4 Might total attempting to conquer this battlefield for this showdown. There are some keywords that apply their modifications now, such as Assault and Shield, which you may see on some of the cards in your starter or demo products, but that doesn't impact how this specific showdown is going to go. Do note though, if you see either of those words in the text box of your unit, to apply them now. Before combat damage is applied to these two different groups of units, a chain is opened. At this time, when I attack and when I defend effects both trigger now, and the attacking player, the active player, chooses how to resolve their triggers, followed by the defending player. At this time, the active player may choose to play a card with the reaction keyword. These are the only abilities that can be added to a chain, and they will resolve last in reverse order of how they were added to said chain. This is a concept that gets really noodly, but the general idea is that when an ability triggers or an action is played, a chain opens. All showdowns also cause the potential for a chain. When that happens, players go back and forth, starting with the active player and passing to the other player, playing reactions from their hand until they both pass, then the chain resolves, starting with the last thing added and going in reverse order. All of this is to say that in this instance of play, there is nothing to be put on the chain, so we won't be getting into that level of complexity, so both players pass and we compare might. Since we both have an equal amount of might on each side of the battlefield, all units perish in this showdown and are sent to the trash. No one scores any points. Alright, I know that was a lot, but fortunately that's about as complex as Riftbound gets. Like other games with stacks, chains, and triggered abilities that layer together, it's a concept that will take a little bit of playing around with to fully get for some players, and that's okay. Riftbound is a brand new game, and the mechanics will take some time for everyone to get used to, myself included. Before we set you loose to play the game on your own though, let's talk about one more thing that I brought up during setup, the chosen champion. Let's say on my next turn, when I have my 5 runes out, I want to play a card, but I don't like anything in my hand. Instead of playing something from my hand, I have access to my chosen champion card, the 3-cost Jinx Demolitionist card. I can pay 3 runes and play her as though she were in my hand into my base. She will enter play exhausted. However, she has an ability that lets me pay 1 additional resource and cycle a Fury rune to ready her. So we will go ahead and pay that 1 additional Fury rune. We will then recycle that Fury rune and immediately ready her. So now she can immediately be used to conquer or contest another battlefield because she's ready, which I will do to gain a point. There we go. We got to 2. All decks will have access to this card, whether it be from Jinx or Volibear or Yasuo or any of the other potential legend champions that you can find in the first set. You will always have access to this card starting at the very beginning of the game, and you will select it after you've seen your opponent's leader so that you're able to plan deck building wise what you might be playing against. Another concept to go over is burnout, which is what happens when you try to draw a card or look at your deck from a card ability in any way while your deck is empty, as in all of your cards are either in play or in your trash. Your opponent will gain 1 point towards victory. You will then shuffle your trash into your main deck and perform the action that caused the burnout, which is typically drawing a card. Remember, you and your opponent will keep passing the turn, playing cards, and trying to conquer battlefields, and both of your goals is to get to 8 points. However, there is a really important note about the 8th point. You cannot simply conquer an open battlefield once to get that 8th point. Let me explain. In order to get to 8, you must do one of the 3 following conditions. Hold a battlefield to go from 7 to 8, conquer both battlefields in a turn to go from 7 to 8, or hold one battlefield to go to 7 in a turn, then conquer the other one to go to 8. If you end up conquering, but you cannot score the 8th point because it was your only conquer that turn, you instead draw a card. Finally, all of your champion legends, like Jinx, have either replacement abilities, activated abilities, or triggered abilities that you'll be able to use at any time during the action phase or when specified on the card. We went over Jinx's ability at the beginning of the game, but in the instance where I was starting a turn and I only ever had 1 card in my hand, she would immediately let me draw 1 card in addition to the card that I would draw at the start of my turn, letting me draw 2 to start my turn, adding to my deck's velocity. Alright, I think that's everything. Riftbound is a wide game with tons of playstyles already, and it's barely even out yet. I hope you found this video useful, and now we're going to go ahead and teach TCGHQ regular Jasmine how to play. Alright everybody, now we're going to go ahead and jump into some gameplay of Riftbound using the trial decks that were provided to many different LGSs, including Cards HQ. We have a frequenter on the channel. Jasmine, it's been a little while. Welcome back. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I'm excited. I haven't touched this game at all, but I love playing League, and I say love.
Love-hate type thing?
Love-hate type thing with Valorant. So it's like, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to show you how to play Riftbound. We're going to do that as part of this video. You already have your deck set up, your rune deck. Go ahead and give your deck a little bit more of a shuffle, and you pulled out your champion legend. Actually, before we shuffle our decks, go ahead and look through your deck and find a unit that has the champion tag that shares the name Volibear. It doesn't matter which one for the sake of showing you how to play. This is something that everyone in this game gets. You always get one unit. Yeah, that works because it says champion unit right there. And you're actually going to, I'll help you out with this. You're going to put Volibear here.
Okay.
And then you're going to put the Volibear unit here.
Wow.
So how this works is Volibear unit here, Volibear Furious, you have access to it as though it's another card in your hand at any time. You can play it one time. And let me find one for Jinx.
So, So some people know I've played some of the Magic ones. So is it kind of similar to like having a commander out?
Yes, actually. Gotcha. So the commander is in the command zone when you play Magic, and this is in your chosen champion zone. Basically, at any given time, you may play it as though you were playing a commander in Magic, for sure. But you only get it once. It doesn't go back to it. Your legend, your champion legend, also has an ability. So let me read Volibear really quick. When you play a mighty unit, you can exhaust this card to channel one rune exhausted. So you're ramping, basically. And that's whenever you play something that has 5 or more of the might in the top right.
Gotcha.
However, I know a lot of those words don't exactly track yet.
Yep.
We'll get to it all. Any questions that you have, the goal is for me to teach you just like I taught everybody else in this video. So, give it a good shuffle, give it a good cut.
There you go.
Okay, just wanted to make sure the colors were the same there.
Just put it right here?
Put it right here, right underneath your guys. And now just go ahead and pick randomly one of these 3 cards. It doesn't matter. Yeah, grab one of them, put them in the center.
Wait, these are so cool looking.
Yeah, these are the battlefields. So these are going to be the way that we win points to try and win the game. The whole goal of Riftbound is you're trying to conquer battlefields. Yeah, go ahead and set it. We're going to try to like put these in the center here. We're working with kind of limited space, so let me do this. The goal of Riftbound is you're going to send your units to try and conquer these 2 battlefields over the course of the game.
Gotcha.
Whenever you successfully conquer or hold a battlefield, you'll gain a point, and your goal is to get to 8 points.
Gotcha.
And we'll go over that, of course, as we play the game. Now that we've both cut our decks, we're going to go ahead and draw 4.
Draw 4?
Yep. 4 from the top.
2, 3, and 4. Oh, I already love some of these cards already.
For sure, yeah. For the sake of showing you how to play, I'll go first. You actually get a little bit of a benefit going second. You'll get more resources on your first turn. So you can look at your hand and you can determine whether or not you want to recycle 2 of them, which is the mulligan in this game. Recycling means you put them on the bottom of your deck in a random order and you'll draw the same number.
So again, going with Magic references because that'll help me understand it. So I know we have lands in Magic. Am I looking for specific cards in here that I would need to either keep or switch out?
So you won't have any lands or anything like that in your deck. Your lands are in your rune deck, and you're going to get those no matter what.
Gotcha.
They're runes in this game. The resources are referred to as runes. You're pretty much looking for any like cards that are absurdly expensive that you don't really want in your hand. Right now, Volibear has a lot of expensive cards, so if you see anything that costs like 10 or more, you can probably recycle those. Do you have anything like that?
I have like a 7 and a 5.
I would probably recycle the 7 and then draw 1 card. I'm pretty sure you can do up to 2 cards, not just only 2. So we're going to go ahead and do that.
Then I'll do 1.
For sure. So put that on the bottom of your deck. And if I'm wrong about that, I will clarify in a pinned comment. So go ahead and draw 1 card.
Hey, y'all.
And now you have your hand.
Ah.
And since I will go first, you like what you drew?
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh, no. Okay. Sounds good.
I went from a 7 to a 6.
Okay, that's a little
I
better.
mean, it's a little better.
So you're going to start with 3 resources, so it's not, you know, it's not the
Okay.
end of the world. I'm going to, because I'm going first, I'm going to channel, which is like playing a land. I'm going to channel 2 runes. Your rune deck has 12 total runes, and that's the most that you'll ever get access to at any given
Gotcha.
time.
And I just get 3 right now?
You'll get 3 when your turn starts,
Gotcha.
I do believe. I don't think that there's any turn 0 interaction in Riftbound yet, so for all intents and purposes, and I'm pretty sure by the rules you'll get it when your turn starts.
Sounds like a plan.
And then, no matter what, everybody draws 1 card at the start of their turn, including the first turn player.
Okay.
So I am going to, now that I've drawn my card, I've channeled my 2 runes, I'm going to exhaust the 2 runes, turning them sideways like this, to play the Traveling Merchant. I paid 2, that's the number in the top left here,
Okay.
and he has 2 might, so 2 power. And then when he moves to a battlefield, which is something we can do after they're ready, which happens next turn, when I move, I discard 1, then draw 1 card. So he's just a unit. He's a decent utility unit that I can play on my first turn.
Gotcha.
I also have in my hand, I have a gear, which is going to help me pay for resources later. It's 0, but, and this is important to know, you have this on your chosen champion, as do I. Whenever you see this symbol below a card's cost, it means that you have an additional cost you have to pay. You have to put one of your runes on the bottom of your rune deck.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Not fully, but I feel like when I actually do it later, it'll make more sense.
Sure, yeah, it'll definitely help the more you play cards.
Yeah.
But since I played this, gear comes in ready.
Yeah.
Since I played this, I'll have to do that. So you can use exhausted runes as well that you've already used to play cards. So this rune will go to the bottom of my rune deck.
Gotcha.
And now I only have 1. So that's my turn. I did a couple cool things and I played a couple cards. From there, I'll then pass the turn to you.
Okay.
And at the start of your turn, because you're going second, you're going to do 3 runes. So go ahead and channel 3 runes from your rune
Do I
deck.
just
Yep, you go ahead and put them
3
down.
random ones
From the top.
from the top? Cool.
And they go in that area, yep. 2,
3.
all right, you got 2 body runes and 1 fury rune. And you'll go ahead and draw 1 card.
Let's do it. Gotcha. Okay. So what does it mean to channel a rune again?
Channel is what you just did.
Just grabbing them?
Yeah, so you put them into play. And we actually missed something with this here battlefield. This battlefield has a static ability at the start of each player's first beginning phase. We both channel 1 additional rune.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It doesn't really matter for me. I'm fine not having an additional one, but that means you get a 4th.
Gotcha.
That's pretty good. So you
Oh,
now have
yeah.
4.
I have 4 now.
That was provided by the Obelisk of Power battlefield that you randomly selected at the start.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, yeah, you can play anything that has up to 4 cost. You can play stuff that has, 2 cost or 3 cost, anything like that. And if you need clarification for anything, just let me know.
Gotcha. Well, I guess since there's not much I can do that I want to do, I'm gonna go ahead and use 4 then.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no.
No problem.
I will do 2. Do mobilize. So I channel 1 rune. Exhausted. Wait.
Yeah.
So I just bring 1 here, right?
Yep. You
Cool.
get another resource exhausted. That's pretty good. And so mobilize is a spell, so it'll go to the trash.
Yep. Is this the trash?
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Okay. And then
Go ahead and adjust
I
this.
will have to end my turn.
Yeah, so you ramped, which is something that Volibear wants to do, because now you're going to have 7 next turn, and that's scary. So it'll go back to me. I'll restand everything. I'll channel 2, and now from now on, you'll channel 2 every
Gotcha.
turn. A Fury and a Chaos, okay? And I'll draw a card. let's see, what do I want to do here? Okay, I will go ahead and pay 2 to play the Legion Rearguard. The Legion Rearguard has an ability where I can pay 1 and recycle a Fury rune to have him come in ready.
Cool.
So I now have 2 units here that can go to battlefields.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and move them. So moving in Riftbound is when you take a unit from your base, which is like the main play area, and move them to a battlefield. All units that are ready may do this once per turn. So as long as they're ready and not exhausted, they can do that. And in order to do that, I have to exhaust them. So I'm going to move the Traveling Merchant here. That's going to generate me 1 point because I conquer the battlefield. There's nothing contesting it.
Cool.
And then I'm going to move the Legion Rearguard here, and that is considered also conquering because there's nothing to contest it, and I'll get another point. This deck likes to move pretty fast, but you're ramping really quickly, so this 2-point lead doesn't really matter. It's just me showing you, like, if there's nobody there, you're able to get the battlefield for free, you get a point. By doing that, you can't get your last point. You have to have conquered something else or held one of these battlefields over the course of a turn in order to get your last point to go to 8.
Okay.
But any point before that, if the battlefield is open and you move a unit to it, you immediately get the point.
Gotcha.
So I'm only 6 points away from victory. That's cool. But
All right.
I'll have to contend with a lot of really heavy hitters from you in just a minute. And I think I actually don't want to do anything else that might get rid of my runes here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass to you.
Alrighty.
So you'll now restand your runes. You'll ready them. You'll channel 2. Put you at 7.
Hiya. Oh.
Got a Fury.
Hiya. Oh.
Another Fury.
3 fairies.
Now you'll draw a card.
Ah. Okay. So I guess since you're so far up there, I guess I play. Let's do this. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
To play Misfortune. However, I'm gonna pay an extra. Is it when you pay an additional cost, it only gets exhausted, not put underneath, right? Well, no, I'll have to put it underneath for anyway for this.
Right
too.
here, yeah, you'll have to recycle 1. I'd recommend don't recycle the one that's ready. Go ahead and recycle one you've already used.
Oh, because I can recycle the ones I've used.
Yes, that's the best way to do it, almost always.
Gotcha.
Then you have the Accelerate ability, which
Yes.
lets you pay 1, so tap that, exhaust it, and then recycle it. That's what that symbol means, that orange symbol. So you pay 1 and then recycle 1 as an additional cost. And now Misfortune's going to come in ready.
Cool. All right. Now, what's this term called ganking?
So ganking is an ability where when a unit is at a battlefield, you can actually use their move per turn to go to the other battlefield or another battlefield.
Gotcha.
This battlefield here actually gives all units at this battlefield ganking. So if I wanted to next turn, I could move the Traveling Merchant to this battlefield. And she just inherently has that ability. So if you're going to move her because she's ready to one of these battlefields, then hold it till your next turn, and she's still there, you could theoretically, if you wanted to, then move her to the other battlefield to try and conquer with her, because she has 5 might. That's pretty good.
Yep.
As well, you have a triggered ability. You just played a mighty unit, because she has 5 power or more, so you get another rune exhausted.
Wait, huh?
So Volibear has an ability. When you play a mighty unit, which is a unit that has 5 or more power,
Yep.
you can channel 1 rune exhausted.
Oh, so I
So you
just go, bam.
Yeah, you do that anytime you play a unit that has 5 or more power. The only condition is you have to exhaust Volibear, so you can only do it once per turn.
Gotcha.
So this card exhausts, but you ramped.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Ramping.
Yeah, ramp is powerful.
Alrighty. So then, I guess I would most likely probably just try to throw her somewhere in here, right?
Absolutely. So you can get either. You have ganking, so you probably would want to go there. Once you do that, we enter what's called a showdown.
All right.
You moved your unit to a battlefield that has an opponent's units at it, so it's now contested, and a showdown will start.
Gotcha.
Whenever a showdown starts, if there's any abilities that happen, like abilities that say when I attack and when I defend, they'll trigger. Does she have one? The first time I move each turn, you may ready something else that's exhausted. So that'll actually happen already. You'll ready a rune.
Yeah.
Or you'll ready either Volibear or a rune, whichever one makes more sense.
Does he? Well,
Well, you won't be
Yeah.
playing anything else more than likely, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
so I was like,
Sure.
I don't think it matters too much.
So you have a Fury rune ready. Woohoo! We did it. So Misfortune is there now. So what happens now is there's possibilities for a chain to occur, which is when we both play cards in our hands that have the reaction timing on it.
Gotcha.
Do you have any that cost 1 in your hand that say reaction?
I don't think so.
Okay, this would be the window of time, like if, let's say, next turn you draw one that says reaction on it. Or action, excuse me. You can play it if it has action or reaction at this time.
Gotcha.
But you're definitely winning this. I would be the one who has to play something to stop this. You have 5 might, I have 2. So I'll deal 2 damage back to Misfortune.
Yep.
But the Legion rearguard is defeated and sent to the discard. I'll just put my discard here. And you gain a point. So here, have a die.
I will take the shiny red one.
Yeah, for sure.
Hiya.
Yeah, 1 point. She technically has 2 damage on her, and damage falls off at the end of a turn.
Okay.
So, do you have anything else you'd like to do?
Nope. I end my turn, I guess.
Okay, so the damage falls off of her. Play passes back to me. I will ready everything I have. I will channel 2 additional. I actually realized I missed his trigger earlier when I moved discard 1, then draw 1. I just didn't do it. It's not a big deal.
Gotcha.
And then I will draw a card because it's the start of the turn. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. First, you know what? I'm actually not going to play any cards in my hand. I'm going to play Jinx.
Okay.
So I'm going to pay 3 to play Jinx. Jinx also has the accelerate ability that you played. So I can pay 1 and then recycle a Fury rune to have her come in ready.
Gotcha.
When I play her, I have to discard 2 cards from my hand. So I'll discard a Seal of Rage and a Gust. So now those are discarded. And then from there, he has ganking from the battlefield here. So I theoretically have 2 moves that I can make.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to do that. So what I'll do is I'm going to take both of these guys. And whenever you move stuff to battlefields that are contested or that have enemy units on them, a move is considered one action. Or it's not even considered an action. It's just considered you move as much stuff as you want, and then the showdown occurs.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to move both of them here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm moving both of them here because you have a lot of toughness, and I want to be able to punch through. Well, I guess technically I don't need to move the merchant because she's going to gain 2. Because whenever she's attacking, she gains 2 power.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't actually think there's any way I don't think there's a way to save her in the instance that 5 damage gets applied. So to keep this battlefield, I'll put him here too.
Okay.
Because she has 4 power, she'll gain 2 when she attacks to give her 6. But when she's not attacking, she'll have 5 damage on her if I leave her alone, which would defeat her. In this game, there's not like health or anything. It's just the 1 stat. So you compare just that 1 stat.
Gotcha.
So when I do that, I will remember to do this guy's ability. I'm going to discard 1. Then I'll draw 1. Okay. So now we enter a showdown. Like I went over before, we're going to compare stats. Unless you have a card that says action or reaction, I don't, and you said you didn't last turn, so we probably just go to combat, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I think the best way for this to work out is going to be you're going to apply your 5 damage to Jinx, and
Gotcha.
then I will apply 8 damage to Misfortune. That'll defeat Misfortune, and then after the combat, Jinx will be defeated because you'll put 5 on Jinx.
Gotcha. And then your little guy stays.
My little homie stays, and that means I get the battlefield.
Okay.
So these 2 are gone, and my little homie stays alive, and I'll get a point because I conquered.
Gotcha.
Which is great because I'm getting closer to victory. But again, you have a million bombs, so I imagine I'm about to get hit in the face with something really scary.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Probably a giant bear, I would imagine. Cool. So yeah, we just did that, and I will go ahead and at that point I'll pass the turn over to you.
All right. So I'll go ahead and ready everything.
At this point, do you have any questions about anything?
I think I'm kind of understanding what's going on. I think now it's just understanding what each different card does. So I guess I'll figure it out as I go.
Yeah, for sure. So go ahead and get yourself 2 runes.
Alrighty. Another red and another red.
That's pretty good.
A lot of reds. And then I'll draw. Okay.
So you've got, what, is that 8 total resources to work with? That's terrifying.
Yep. I have 8 of them.
Okay.
So do I gamble?
You could. It's an option.
I'm going to pay 5 to play a Dargan. And then I may pay 1 in red as an additional cost to have me ready.
So you'll exhaust a rune, and then you'll do that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me exhaust that.
Yeah.
This goes down here. And because he's a mighty unit,
Yep. You'll exhaust Volibear and get another rune.
exhaust this, get another rune.
It's like you didn't pay anything at all.
Yep, he's still there and he's still standing.
Big boy.
Big Dargan.
Big Durgan.
So what I'm gonna go ahead and do then, since I don't think I have anything else I want to do at the moment, I will go ahead and send the Dargan back over here.
Yeah, that's the right call for sure, because it means that you'll be able to conquer the battlefield and keep me from holding it, which will keep me from getting a point and you'll gain a point. I don't have anything in my hand that I want to play, so therefore I'll pass, and you'll probably pass as well, unless you have something that costs 2 that you want to play, like an action or reaction. Okay, cool. So you'll deal 5 to this poor little guy, and I'll deal 2 back. He's gone, and you'll gain a point.
And then I end my turn right there.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so I will restand here. I'll channel 2. I will draw a card. That's not really what I wanted. I think I will... Is that going to do anything if I do that? I'm not sure. I've got, let's see, I've got 6 total resources to play with. 3 and 3 for Chaos and Fury. So I'm going to, I think I can actually, I'm going to play out my whole hand. I'm going to go 2.
Okay.
I'm going to play another Traveling Merchant. We got another one. It's great.
Ooh.
Little homie.
Another little homie.
I'll pay another 2. And I'll play Noxus Hopeful.
Okay.
He normally costs 4, but he costs 2 less if I've played another card this turn.
Gotcha.
And then I'll pay 2 to play the spell Rebuke. I got interaction.
Okay.
So this returns the dragon to your hand so that you won't conquer the battlefield. I have played a spell, so you do have an interaction window. If you have something that costs 2, it has to say reaction. Okay, cool. In order to play this, I have to recycle 2. This will let me pay for one of them just by exhausting it.
Okay.
But I will have to send one back.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. I interacted with stuff, and I have no cards in my hand, which means next turn I will draw 2 instead of 1, which is cool. Thanks, Jinx.
Let's go, Jinx.
I can't send anything to any battlefields because they're both exhausted, but I have a board presence. Let's go.
Let's go.
I will pass over to you.
Alrighty.
So you've got 2 runes incoming. That's a lot.
Yep. So let's see. Got an orange and another orange.
And it looks like that puts you to 10, right?
I believe so.
Uh-oh, that's spooky. Now, what does big guy do? He's got deflect 2.
Yep. And he has, when I attack, deal 5 damage split among any number of enemy units here.
Right, so that's like a burst of 5 damage immediately that doesn't even count for any kind of combat. So you can clear out a lot of guys.
I could.
You could play him, but I'm sure you have plenty of other things in your hand to play.
Let's see. So are spells and actions played whenever there's a time to complete an action?
You can play spells at any time. You can play reactions. I'm pretty sure you can also play at any time. It's just reactions specifically can only be played are the only cards that can be played during a chain, and then actions can also be played during showdowns.
Gotcha.
But like if you want to just play it right now, we're in an open game state, so you can do that too.
Cool. Well, I guess because you got rid of my Dargan, I'm bringing Dargan back.
You can bring Dargan back.
So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do a mix in case I want to use anything else.
For sure.
Or if anything changes, right? And then to play him, I'm gonna do the pay 1 and put the 1 away at the very bottom, right?
Yes, that's exactly how that works. And the dragon will come in ready to take a battlefield.
Yeah, so I ready my Dargan. I'm gonna send him back because I feel like I want to keep charge of the one that's mine.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So that'll gain you a point. There's nothing to contest you.
Alrighty. And I guess I'll end my turn here.
Okay. Now do note that will get you to channel another rune.
Oh, yes, because
yeah,
I didn't unexhaust him.
Yeah.
To
But
exhaust him again.
for the sake of the turn, he should be unexhausted. So go ahead and get yourself another rune.
Hey, y'all.
Seems pretty good. I can't do that. I can't do any of what you're doing right now. It's pretty good.
I feel like I have a lot.
You do. You're almost
lot
at
of
the
runes.
end. You almost have all the runes you can have, which is cool. Okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
Awesome. So I will stand everything up. I'll channel 2. I got a Fury and a Chaos. Cool. So that puts me with 7. Jinx, because I have 1 or less cards in my hand, I'll draw a card, and then I'll draw another card.
Okay.
Neat. Okay. So here's what I think I will do. Dargan is a recurring problem, so I'm going to try to get rid of him.
Oh, don't do that.
You have
For
so many other,
Dargan.
you have so many other things.
But my Dargan, man.
I got to make it competitive. So I'm going to go 4 and I'm going to play Super Mega Death Rocket.
Okay.
So Super Mega Death Rocket is a signature spell. I can play it and I can deal 5 damage to a unit, which is enough to take out the dragon. However,
Okay.
there is now a window of opportunity for you to react to this. Do you have a reaction in hand that would counter it? I don't think that deck does, but you could still...
I don't think I do have one for that.
Okay. Normally in this game, I believe yellow and blue are the colors that would have that. Orange and red, not so much. But dealing 5 to the dragon will defeat it and send it to the discard.
I think my orange is close enough to yellow.
If you squint, for sure, but that will defeat it. And the Super Mega Death Rocket has an ability, when I conquer, I can discard 1 from my hand to return this from the trash to my hand.
Gotcha.
And I will attempt to conquer both this turn, so I should be able to do that. I will move the Noxus Hopeful to this battlefield.
Okay.
I will gain a point. I will then discard this card to get back the Super Mega Death Rocket. I think I did that wrong. It's fine. And then I will... Yeah, let me reverse that, because I don't want to get rid of that. I will do this to discard Brazen Buccaneer and draw a card. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm glad I did it that way. And then I'll move that there to discard the Flame Chompers and get back the Super Mega Death Rocket.
Okay.
The Mega Death Rocket is back in my hand. What a name, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Super Mega Death Rocket is just like a big signature move of Jinx's, I feel like.
That'll put me from 3 to 5, those 2 moves. And then when I discard the Flame Chompers, I can pay 1 red. I can recycle 1 red to play them. And I believe I have 3 up, so I will do that. Huzzah! Another
Huzzah.
another thing when in Riftbound is if you control a battlefield, you can put units as you play them onto the battlefield you control. So if you ever play like 2 units a turn and you have one on a battlefield already, you can play that second unit immediately to it like that.
Gotcha.
So now I have 7 here, but you have 9. It's terrifying. Okay, cool. We're making progress. But that is all I can do, so I will go ahead and pass
Does
to you.
this not get you a point when you put another one on that top?
No, I already control it.
Gotcha.
So if you already control it, that doesn't get you another point, but it does help you keep it.
Gotcha. Okay. So I guess... Oh, yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second.
For sure. You've got a lot of resources to play with.
Yeah. So I guess I'm going to go ahead.
Get your 2. That's
Get
the
my 2.
maximum amount of runes you can have. You have 12.
Yep. And then I'm going to draw the 1. Oh.
Uh-oh. That is a concerning O.
Couple of things I could do. But everything costs so much runes, I feel like. So let's, I guess, go ahead and unready that.
Yeah,
Yep.
do that for you.
Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me make sure I read that correctly. Okay. There are 12 runes total, right? Yeah.
12
there
runes
are
total. You'll never get more than this, so feel free to send some back, is what the game's telling you.
So, I guess first I'll do the 10, and then I have to pay the 2.
Right.
Hiya.
So now you have Big Volibear.
Yes, I decided to bring Big Volley Bear.
Now Big Volibear is exhausted.
Yep, he comes in exhausted. I don't have much else.
As a note, you will need to, if I hold these, I'm gonna go to 7.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal. So you could, I would recommend if you have any interaction in your hand to use it, but the game's not gonna end next turn.
Yeah.
You'll have 1 more turn to interact with me at least.
Hold on. Can I undo this real quick?
Of course, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Let's do this. I actually had a question about
For sure, yeah, that's what we're here for.
So there's a signature spell I have. Do I have to have a volley bear on the field to be able to use a signature spell?
To my knowledge, no. I don't think so.
Oh, wait, no. I need at least a unit, though.
If it says that you need a unit on board, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to gamble instead. So I'm going to do 1, 2. Oh, wait. Hold on. These are back.
Right,
I
yeah,
undid
you
the
don't,
volley.
you didn't recycle them now, so.
Yeah. So 3, 4. And I'm going to do Disintegrate. So deal 3 to a unit at a battlefield. If this kills, it draws 1.
So if you do that here, this battlefield will be cleared and you'll draw a card.
So I'm going to go ahead and clear that.
All right, so the Traveling Merchant perishes and you draw a card.
I draw 1. Did not get the gamble I wanted.
Okay.
However, I will go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, I can't math. Give me 1 second.
You're perfectly fine. And if you have any questions about the cards in your hand, please let me know.
All good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and I think I'll have to end it there because I have nothing I can do right now.
Okay.
Yep, I don't have anything I can do, so I will have to sit here.
There's no units or anything in your hand?
Not that I can pay for.
Oh, no.
They're
Okay.
very expensive.
For sure. I think that's one of the things that people have told me, like, because we ran several demos here for Riftbound at Cards HQ, and one of the things that people said about the Volibear deck is sometimes your hand gets really bricked up with these really difficult units that you can't really play. So you'll have all these different cards in your hand that, like, they're cards, but they can't really be played. This deck has the opposite problem. I typically have no interaction in my hand. Okay, so passing to me?
Yes.
Okay, so I will hold a battlefield, put me at 6 points. I'll draw 2 because I only have 1 or less card in my hand. Okay. Then I will do this, and neither of these guys have ganking, so I can't move them over here and try to conquer this.
Gotcha.
What do I want to do? Let's see.
It's interesting how this works. I just wish I had, like, with Volibear's mechanics, if they were like, if the cost was a little bit less, I feel like it'd be a little more manageable. I'm finding I'm like down by like 1 or 2 runes each time I try to play something.
I get you.
Yeah.
I definitely think these decks are quite simple compared to the actual game. There's a lot more interaction and powerful cards that you can play in the full game that'll be coming out, you know, at the time of this recording, it comes out in about a week.
Yeah.
But for the sake of the demos, like, I'm not going to be able to like secure the game this turn or anything. I might get 1 more point on the crackback, but at this point, you know, every turn you're going to be playing a haymaker, and I have to figure out how to deal with that.
Hopefully I can get them out.
I'm going to pay 4 to play another Noxus Hopeful. It does not have the cost reduction because I didn't play anything else this turn.
Gotcha.
So that is all I'm going to do. I can't move him. I can put him here, so I'll do that because I want to hold this. Because I already control it, I can put him here. That'll give me a total of 4, 7, 11. Yes. All right. I've got 11 might here, so I'm trying to hold on to this one as much as I can. But from there, I have nothing else to play, so I'll go ahead and pass to you.
Sounds like a plan.
You've got the maximum number of runes, so you won't refresh any of them, or you won't get 2 more. You'll just refresh the ones you have and draw a card.
Now, is there a maximum hand size?
To my knowledge, no. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think there is.
Gotcha.
And of course, if we get anything wrong in the gameplay, we will put a clarification in the comments just to make sure that everybody knows. We are, of course, working with demo decks that have outdated language as well, so it's possible that we're getting some of those things wrong because of card text. However, this hopefully is serving as a good way of familiarizing yourself with Riftbound as a game in general. So far, seems to be going pretty well.
Not bad. And this is my base, right?
Yeah, so the play area outside of the battlefields where you're playing units, that's your base.
Cool. Well, so I'm going to just go ahead and get volley out.
Okay, so you're playing big volley.
Yeah, big volley.
All right, big volley's coming out.
5. Right there. And hold on. There we go.
You're gonna go ahead and recycle the 2,
Recycle
and then
the 2.
you'll exhaust Volibear here to get 1 of them back.
All right.
All right, big scary thing is out.
Yep, big scary thing is out. I can't do anything this turn, so I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn.
Did you have anything in your hand for 2?
No.
Okay, cool. Because then you recycled 2 that were ready. So if you did, I would have said, clarify not to do that.
I wish I had
I'm
2
sorry.
costs.
Okay, so when it goes back to me, I will hold here, so I'll go to 7 points. And in order for me to win the game, I have to hold it, or I have to conquer both in a turn. So I'll flip 2, and I have 2 cards in my hand, so I'll only draw 1. Oh, dang it, I can't. That's not going to work. Okay, and none of these guys have ganking. This is the one that gives ganking, so I can't move them over here, which would be really helpful. Okay, I'm going to play a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Man. I will play Jinx. Do I play her over there? I think so. I think I need to make sure. I think I need to make sure that Volibear doesn't take me out there. And whenever I discard another card, I can ready her and give her another one. But I don't have a way to discard anything. So from there, I will go ahead and I will pass.
Alrighty. We go ahead and ready everything. since I get that. And he's ready. He's ready. I draw. Oh.
So what you're looking for now is you're looking for a way to kill something that's in this stack of cards and then send Volibear there. Because if you take out one of these guys, Volibear would be able to clear this stack.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do it kind of equally. And then all right. Hey, and then I have to do that, so I'm going to move to the exhausted.
That's a very good card. That was one of your
Over
answers
here.
for sure.
Oh yeah. So I'm going to choose a friendly unit in my base, Volibear,
Mm-hmm.
and deal damage equal to its might to all enemy units at a battlefield, then move my unit there, which is 9.
Complete blowout. All these units get dealt 9 and they are all defeated.
And I move my unit there.
All right, so because you dealt 9 to each unit, that will go ahead and clear the way for you. You'll go ahead and gain a point for conquering.
And then, oh, 4, 4. You know, you
can use it as a number too. That'll be fine.
Hiya.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And then I have currently 6.
Yeah, you got stuff to do.
Oh, yes. And then I'm going to tap for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And then pay 1 extra and put it down here as an additional cost to have him ready.
Yep.
And along with that, because of volley, I get 1 back. And I'm going to go ahead and put him here.
Okay, so that'll gain you another point.
Yep.
Go to 5. Very good. Okay.
Yep. And then I end my turn.
Alrighty.
That felt so hard to do just because it's so much high cost.
For sure, but you pulled it off.
Thankfully.
Draw a card. Okay. Okay, I think I know my sequencing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 total. Do this as well. We're going to play the Super Mega Death Rocket again to take out the Durgan.
You gotta take out my Durgan every time.
Well, you got Volibear there. I gotta clear the way for one of them. And then from there, I'm going to pay 3 for Jinx. I'll pay
Another
1.
Jinx.
Another Jinx. Pay 1 and recycle to have her come in ready.
Gotcha.
And then I'll go here, but that does not get me the winning point because it's just a conquer.
Gotcha.
If I hold it, I'll get the winning point. So if she's still there at the start of the next turn, then I'll win here.
Start of your next turn or start of my next turn?
My next turn.
Your next.
So you still have a full turn to interact with Jinx.
Gotcha.
And Volibear is going to go uncontested this turn because I don't have anything that can stop him. So you're going to get another point and go to 6. I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and pass, and you'll get your point and start your turn.
All right. So this is 2. So it comes straight back. I like knowing which ones I'm working with. I'll go ahead and draw.
Oh, I did have to discard. The other card in my hand in order to play Jinx. So I now have no cards in my hand.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To play Carnivorous Snapvine.
Okay.
I'm also gonna. Okay, take these 2 and put them down. Whenever I play them, choose an enemy unit at a battlefield. We deal damage equal to our might to each other.
So that'll be enough to take out Jinx.
But that doesn't mean he goes to the battlefield,
No,
right?
he's still in your base.
He's just still in my base. And then with Volibear, one of my Halo things come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Bop. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You're really getting the hang of it.
Slowly but surely.
For sure.
The costs kind of threw me off a little bit, though. Is like I think the only thing that was going on for me.
It's definitely different. It's a little evocative of One Piece's resource system.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's also I think it's intuitive.
It's interesting for sure.
One other one.
So I'm gonna pay 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When I play him, I can channel 1 rune exhausted, but he comes in exhausted.
All right.
And I'll end my turn.
That's pretty good. I am not sure that there's anything in this deck that can stop those 3 big units at once, but we'll try. I'm going to draw 2 because I have no cards in hand. That's not what I want to see at all.
Oh.
Most unfortunate.
I was giving you a thumbs up like, you got this.
Oh, no, it's fine.
And you said, nah.
No, I drew another one of these things. And I did draw another unit, but I mean, I guess I'll pay 2. You should be able to win on the next turn because you'll hold here and then you'll be able to conquer. And that will, if you conquer after you've held, if I'm reading this right in the comprehensive rules, that's how that works. But I'm going to pay 2 to play them. I got to discard a card when I play them. I can't put them anywhere, and I'll pass to you. You will then go ahead and gain your 7th point.
Number 7.
You'll draw your card.
Oh. Draw. Oh, that's great. I finally get a 2-cost unit.
Well, you don't need it. You can just move.
I know.
You can move either of those here, and you will win the game.
He makes me so upset that I want to play him.
Do it.
But you know what? I'm going to play these. I have 2 of these cards that are 12 cost.
Okay,
that
do it.
I just want to play. I'm just going to bop everything over here.
Okay, for
just
sure.
to say I played my 12 cost that I've been holding this entire game.
All right.
And he's just going to sit there. These 2 are ready. This is
Sure.
here. This comes back in. Okay. And then I just put those there.
That fulfills the victory condition because you held at the start of your turn and you conquered the other one. As far as I can tell in the CR, it says as long as you've gained a point through either method earlier in the turn for the other battlefield, as soon as you go to conquer the second battlefield, you get the 8th point. And even if for whatever reason we may be misunderstanding that rule for a new game, you still have a lot of stuff that I really can't interact with. So. Good game, Jasmine.
Good game.
Yeah, pleasure playing with you as always. What do you think of Riftbound?
It was a lot of fun, in all honesty. I find it interesting how you have to keep a spot, like, protected for an entire, like, round and back to you just to get that last point, which is interesting because I thought the game was kind of going fast, but I kind of see, like, where they were going with all of it. It felt a little slow with Volibear for me just because there's so many times I'm like, I could play this card. I don't have enough.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know what to do. Like this one here, I have both of them in my hand.
Oh, so you had both of your big ones for sure.
Oh, okay. And then I had another Volibear.
Just another copy.
And another Dargon.
Another Dargon. 9-cost Dargon.
Yeah, so it was like they were all really high cost that I couldn't like do things with. And then I got him.
Oh, the little homie. Yeah, he's in this deck too. I think I played him a couple times.
Yeah, so it's like...
So
it could have been just because I was scared to shuffle how I usually shuffle too.
For sure.
With raw cards. Maybe it was a bad shuffle I did to where I got all the high cost units.
Maybe so.
But it honestly was a lot of fun, and it was very interesting seeing that end of the game thing. I was so ready to lose, and I was like I'm still like, what was it called? Like fangirling over the cards. I was really excited about the Misfortune art too.
Right. And you got that really early, too.
Yeah, I play her in the game, so just seeing her art, I was just like, oh, I love the art.
So a lot of the interaction with Jinx is very early in the game, as you noticed. This is an aggro deck that's able to get a lot of points really quickly, but there's really not much end game here. The biggest unit that I have is the Jinx 5-cost that I played near the end there, but I didn't have any way to like make her come in ready or anything like that at the time. So therefore, I wasn't able to get my last point. And once I'm in like top deck mode and I'm drawing 2 against you, you're playing Haymakers, it just makes sense that Volibear is a counter late game to Jinx. But for a game that, has yet to come out, there is a lot of complexity there because, this deck has defined strengths and weaknesses, that deck has defined strengths and weaknesses. But in the end, because you just play, you know, Haymaker after Haymaker, you got your 8th point.
Yeah. I am curious though. So what's the other champion that comes in your deck then?
It was the Jinx. So the Jinx that
Because
you
I
defeated.
had Misfortune in here, so I was assuming you might have another champion. That's not Jinx.
These two are the champion units that this deck has, as far as I know. Let me double check. It'll say it right here.
Oh, that's a cute little minion.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Little minion dude.
I don't think this one specific. Yeah, another copy of Jinx.
Oh, you have a Vi.
Vi, okay.
Yep.
So Vi here has ganking, so they can move, and then recycle one from trash to give one might. Because this champion unit doesn't have the name Jinx, I can't actually use Vi as my chosen champion. Anything that with Jinx can work, but not Vi. If I was playing a Vi legend, then I could play this Vi as my chosen champion.
But I love the art because it's more like going off of Arcane, it seems like.
Yeah, for sure.
Like for your deck. And then I love how this one seems like it's going off of more of like the in-game stuff. Though you did have a minion card, and I absolutely love how he looks.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
She, they.
The minion.
Minion.
Yeah. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that I was able to teach you how to play. Good game. Very close. And yeah, so that is us showing how to play Riftbound. If you're still watching at this point in the video, we appreciate you. If you could show us some love, give us a like, subscribe. We make TCG content for a variety of different games, including now Riftbound, now that the game has come out. And if you're looking for any Riftbound products or supplies or anything like that, you can find those at cardshq.com. I'm Nick with TCGHQ. This is Jasmine with TCGHQ, and we'll see you next time.